نضربها للناس لعلهم يتذكرون الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والرحمن الرحيم الله الذي لا إله إلا هو السلام المؤمن العزيز الجبار سبحان الله الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء يسبح له ما في السماوات وهو العزيز الحكيم.
ما شاء الله. Takbir. Takbir. Alhamdulillah, after thanking our Almighty, our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and invoking peace and blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, inshallah, if Allah will give us tawfiq today, we will have two presentations. One will be understanding the concept of knowledge from Islamic perspective. Then the next one will be study skills. After knowing what is knowledge, the next question you need to ask yourself is how do you acquire the knowledge? And we'll try as much as we can so that we can finish the two before Asri time, inshallah. So one thing you need to understand, you see, education is very sweet. That's why it's printed on an airport. Sweet. There is anything sweet in this world, is education. Because it is only education that makes you different from everybody. Not your tribe, not your color, not the texture of your hair, but your knowledge. So knowledge, education is a process of instilling knowledge into human beings so that they can be better than the persons they were born. So as you are struggling to acquire these very important concepts in your mind, feel proud of yourself, because not everybody who has the privilege of attaining knowledge, of attaining education. So if you are privileged to be one of those who will be knowledgeable, then you should say Alhamdulillah. And the moment you say Alhamdulillah, Allah will make it easy for you and will increase you in knowledge every other day. فَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. When you are grateful, then I give you more. So my dear girls, from today, be proud of yourself, because not every girl is in school, not every girl is studying. Some are really wasting themselves out there. And Alhamdulillah, the etiquette of education in Islam, how you're supposed to be a good student. One, remember, it's about action. It's not just about pumping knowledge into your head. You must act on the knowledge that you are acquiring. Then you must have the adab, the character development. Okay? No discipline, no good education. Amna. You cannot claim to be educated if you're not disciplined. Discipline is the main key to opening the doors of knowledge. Then if you do that, it makes you an excellent human being. Become an excellent human being. And that's what made Adam be Adam alayhi salam. To an extent where the angels were asked to bow down before him because of knowledge. And you and me, if we struggle and become knowledgeable, then everywhere you go, you get respected because you are a knowledgeable person. And then knowing what you didn't know earlier. But 21st century is regarded to be a century of knowledge. Anybody who doesn't have knowledge in this century will not enjoy this century in a maximum way. So if there is anything you should never allow yourself to miss in this world is knowledge. That's why they say the aspects of education in Islam, yani yale mambo ambayo elimu inakupa katika Uislamu. Kwanza inakupa tarbia. Tarbia means character. It makes you unique, special, gives you good habits, good etiquettes. You become the best among so many because you're educated. And then ta'adib, It trains you on how to say no, where no is more important than yes. That means you learn to acquire self-control. Then ta'lim, you become that knowledgeable person that you should be in your life. That's why they say if you want to live life of excellency, run for education. If you want to increase your level of determination, make sure you struggle to get educated. If you want to understand before you are understood, so that you can unleash your hidden potential, go for education. If you want to improve your creativity, go for education. If you want to aspire for greatness, go for education. If you want to maximize the use of your talent, go for education. If you want to be a source of inspiration for many others, go for education. If you want to be optimistic, go for education. And if you want to be a neutral human being who will be accepted anywhere he or she goes, go for education. So education gives you everything you need to have the best in this world and the best in the hereafter. That is why Muslim scholars define education as a process of acquiring knowledge, skills, and positive attitude, so that you can get the best in this world and the best in the hereafter. Allahumma atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. You can achieve that through acquisition of knowledge, through education. Then tarbiyah, ta'deeb, and ta'lim, these are triple T's that are very crucial for you and me if you want to have a very strong, powerful personality. If you want to have security in this world and security in the hereafter, that means you have to be very firm on these three T's: tarbiyah, ta'deeb, and ta'lim. Again, my dear girls, remember, it's about you understanding that the process of you following to acquire knowledge is like a process of you following to go to Jannah, according to the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The similitude of the struggle to acquire knowledge is like the struggle for a Muslim fighting to go to Jannah. If you are out in search of knowledge, you are out on the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until you go back home. If you are out struggling to acquire knowledge, every creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prays for you until you get back home. If you are out in search of knowledge, you are in the service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until you go back home. So this thing we are doing with our lives today is all about pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is our primary objective. Then understanding that the purpose as to why, and I want you to write down the word purpose. The purpose, why is compulsory. Yeah? Talabul ilman faridhu ala kulli muslim wa muslima. Why it is compulsory for a Muslim girl to be educated? Why it is compulsory? Why did the Prophet say it is compulsory for every Muslim to be educated? Ignorance is not an excuse of committing a sin. That means you must acquire knowledge to understand everything about your life, so that you don't commit an offense and then you say it's because I did not know, while you had the opportunity to know everything that you wanted to know. So purpose means education. P makes you positive. You feel good about you and everybody feels good about you. You become positive when you are an educated person. That's the purpose, to make you positive. You don't feel intimidated and you don't get low self-esteem when you are an educated person. It doesn't matter who you meet. Because you are knowledgeable, you are educated, no one becomes superior than you. Because knowledge is supposed to make you a superior person. So positivity, that means nothing becomes negative in your life if you are educated. It unleashes your hidden potential. This is something very important. It unleashes your hidden potentials. You see where you are now, the grade you are posting now, that is not you. If you do more than what you're doing today, tomorrow, the next exam you'll get a better grade than the one you got in the previous exam. You don't exhaust your intelligence until you are buried. You can become more intelligent every day. But what makes you intelligent? Reading and reading and reading and studying. Then you become more intelligent. They say an average student who works hard can surpass a genius student. An average student who reads every day, who works very hard every day, can perform better than a student who is regarded to be a genius. Hard work beats a genius. So that means if you do more, you will get more than everybody else. Just do more of your reading and you unleash your hidden potential. Are we together? Purpose is about our relationship you have with yourself. How much you like yourself, and the idea of you being in a school, in a boarding school, and the idea of you wanting to be a medical doctor or a teacher or an engineer. How do you like that idea? Okay, and then at the same time, what about the relationship between you and your parents? Do you think what you're doing now is putting a smile on your parents' faces, or do you think it is making them frown even inside in their hearts? Do you think you are doing the best you should do? Do you think you're working hard enough so that even if anything happens, the parents will accept because they saw you working very hard? Then the relationship between you and your teachers. As they work hard, are you also reciprocating by working harder than them? Because the teacher gives you only a quarter of what you need to pass in your exam. 3/4 comes from who? Yourself. So if you do more than what the teacher is doing, you will perform better than what the teacher is expecting. The second P is how patient are you to be a good student today, so that tomorrow you become a great lady in your life. Everything has its own time. Are you okay being a student today? And if you're okay being a student today, can you keep off mobile phone? Can you keep off social media? Can you keep anything destructive that will rob you of your success? When you accept who you are, you will never do anything that will take away what you are trying to get. So it's very important to deal with the robbers of your success, because you know if you entertain them, they are going to make you small in performance, and therefore you will never be able to progress to the degree of which you want to acquire for yourself. Purpose is about optimism. It builds that of confidence in you, that confidence, so that you don't panic, you don't fear, you're not scared. You're not scared. Life is to there. Just struggle. One day you will be there. But for you to be there, learn how to share. Don't get scared. Everything is easy if you make it easy, and everything becomes difficult if you make it difficult. There is nothing difficult or easy, but the way you look at it decides what level of understanding you acquire. If you look at something as it is easy, it becomes easy. When you look at something like it is difficult, it becomes difficult. So nothing is easy or difficult, but your own perception decides whether it should be easy or it should be difficult. So always look at your studies and every subject and the examination that is ahead of you as something that is going to be very easy for you. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. You are the one to decide. If you think you will pass, you will pass. And if you think you will fail, you will fail. You are the one to decide. So always have that positive mentality that you are going to break all the obstacles along the way for you to reach your actual destination. Purpose is about being realistic. Am I right? Did I get the spellings right? The first letter is what? The second letter? The third letter? The fourth letter? The fifth letter? The sixth letter? As sacrifice. Sacrifice. And this, believe me, my dear girls, is the magic word for all of us. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes your sacrifice. Did you understand? If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice your life for the career that you want so badly, that career becomes your sacrifice. So you must learn to sacrifice today, the fun of today, the pleasure of today, the excitement of today for the enjoyment of tomorrow. If you want to do what is easy today, remember what is difficult will wait for you tomorrow. If today you decide to do only what you like, what you don't like becomes an obstacle for you to grow tomorrow. So a good person who wants to succeed in their life, they will do what they must do, whether they like it or they don't like it. But because that's the only thing they can do to succeed in life, they will do it without hesitation. So if there is anything you must do, like what I was telling you about mathematics, because now this is a subject that is core in our curriculum, you must die for it. Do whatever it takes. And believe me, if you change the way you look at mathematics, mathematics will change from being a difficult to being an easy subject. According to survey done by NEC, if you read their reports, Ministry of Education, Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, they say among all the subjects that are in the curriculum, the subject that easily passed is mathematics. Because always the pass mark is very low compared to other subjects. You have to get 90% in IRE to get an A. But with mathematics, 50 is enough. Sometimes even 45 can give you an A. So it's about you to decide, and the easiest way of doing it is trying yourself. We'll look at that when you're looking at study methods. Look for a friend who is good in that subject, get close to the teacher who is teaching that subject, do it, practice, 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 and you'll get the improvement. It's as easy as that. Are we together? Purpose is about E, is about learning. The whole idea of us studying is to learn, to empower ourselves, to fit in the framework of our own lives. To fit in the framework of our own lives. And that's very key as we struggle to prepare for the exam that is ahead of us. So remember, at the end of the day, we have no excuse when it comes to education, because Quran talks about education in very, very intense details. So many people who are not Muslim get surprised to see that our book is talking a lot about education, but we as Muslims, we are not that educated. Okay, it talks a lot about how important knowledge is in our lives, but we don't really work hard to become that knowledgeable. So we have to work hard to meet the expectation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these are ayahs from the Quran that talks about education, how important it is. And that's why it is farad, it's not optional, it's not sunnah. And that's why when you are studying, when you feel like you are getting bored, you are not understanding, you are getting tired, just remember, this is not my choice. It's a commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not about my parent, this is not about me, this is about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best among you is the one who is most useful in his community. The best among you is the one who is most useful in the society. As a doctor, you are useful. As a teacher, you are useful. As an engineer. So you have to struggle to be that person who will be better than so many other people. And that is easy when you are educating yourself and when you are learning and become a better person. And these still talking about Rabbi zidni ilman warzuqni fahma. Many other verses in the Quran that are really, in the interest of time, we'll not go through them. They're really making us, have that motivation, have that, kind of feeling that we must get educated. Because we're not getting educated because we want to earn money, because we want a piece of paper called certificate. We're doing it because that's a commandment from Allah subhanahu. It's like ibadah. You just do it. You have to do it. There is no excuse and there's no way you can say, I am tired, I've had enough of it, I am bored. That's not very good. And then again, the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, plenty of them. There is a whole what they call Babul Hadith on ilm, in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunnah, Ibn Majah, and many others that are really talking about how important education is to us as Muslims. So my dear girls, it's like limitless blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A believer is never satisfied on the beneficial knowledge. He goes, acquire it, death, enter into paradise. That means you don't stop learning until you die, and then you enter in paradise, because you are a knowledgeable person. So you strive, and that's why a Muslim should never lose interest in knowledge. Okay, it says it's a road to paradise. All the verses, all the hadith I mentioned earlier, that it's easy to get to paradise when you are on the path of searching for knowledge. The person is only envied. A person is only envied. Tunaruhusiwa kuoneana wivu ikija mambo ya elimu. Yani unaruhusiwa kumuonea mwenzako wivu kwa sababu yeye amesoma kuliko wewe. Wivu nyingine zote haziruhusiwi katika Uislamu, lakini wivu wa ibada na wivu wa kusoma, kwamba na wewe ungependa uwe kama mtu fulani kwa sababu amesoma ama anafanya ibada nyingi. Kwa hivyo we have to do the best we can do, because this is not just about this world, is also about the hereafter. And that's why a Muslim has so much to cover in their lives to be regarded as an educated person. Okay, so the revealed knowledge, okay, and then the what you call human constructed knowledge, ulumul aqliya, and nafli, and the optional, and fardul kifaya knowledge, fardul ain or obligatory one. It's very important that we need to balance, and that's why us at Qura we are very lucky, because we are balancing ulumul aqliya wa ulumu ruhiyya, sciences and religion, because that's what makes you a great person as a Muslim lady, as somebody who wants to make a difference in life. Okay, so it's very important that at the end of the day we study whatever we need to study to be different from everybody else. It's knowledge that gives you superiority of life. And if you are really that person who kind of respects the entire process, because for you to be educated, you have to enjoy the process of being educated. You have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you will not go very far. You will give up very easily. But if you enjoy the process of acquiring knowledge, it becomes easier for you to study until death comes without you getting really tired. Okay, and then there are so many references to show us how important is in our life, how important education is in our life. That the book of Imam Maudud on education, his book is Islami Nizam Ta'aleem, which is written in Pakistan. It's a very good to read on terms of education. At the same time, it's important for us to know that there is learning pyramid. There is way of learning according to Islam. It says, one, if you average students' retention rate, if you just listen when someone is talking, you only get 10%. If you see what you are learning, that means you look at the book also, look at the notes, you get 20%. If you demonstrate, do it practically, you get 30%. If you discuss in a group with other students, you get 50%. If you practice doing it every day, you get 75%. And if you teach others, you'll get 90%. This is a research that was done across Africa to see how best can students study. So whatever you listen, then try to reflect on it, then try to write it down, then try to explain to somebody, then try to teach to other people, and you will understand and stays in your mind for a very long time. 10 guidelines of obtaining knowledge. 1, remember you are doing it for the sake of Allah. Just remember that. You're not just doing it for you and your parents, you are doing it for the sake of Allah. Number 2, you have to have good intention when you are pursuing knowledge. I want to become a medical doctor so that I can help those who are weak and sick. Have an intention. Al-amalu bin-niyat. Intention plus action takes you to your destination. So remember, your intention must be great. You have to say, I am learning so that I can become a teacher and teach those who are ignorant. I want to be a nurse to take care maybe of elderly people. Have an intention. Put niyyah and Allah will make it easy for you. Then seek help from Allah as you learn. Seek ease from Allah. Allahumma as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbal. Ilman nafi'a. You pray, Rabbi zidni ilman wa rizqni fahma. You keep on praying. You seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you must have a clean heart if you want to be an educated person. You must have a clean heart. Okay? Ahibba linasi ma tuhibba linafsi. If you want an A, also desire your classmates also to get an A. Help each other and you will all get A's. Okay? And the A of somebody else will never take away your A. Just help them. One secret of success in life is helping others become successful too. And then you become more successful than them. Service is one very serious ingredient when it comes to succeeding in life. When you help others succeed, your success becomes much easier. And then increasing your level of intelligence. So use your intelligence effectively. Kaburi halihitaji uwerevu wako. Uwerevu wako tumia hapa duniani. Kaburi inataka tu roho yako. Ukisafisha roho, whatever you do, whatever talent that Allah has given you, use it in this. That's why they say, live full and die empty. Do the best you can do in this world. Do the best. Say good, better, best. I won't rest until I make my good better and my better best. I don't want to be the least. I was born to be the first. I must be the best because I am the best. Now that mentality is very good because that pushes you to move from where you are to where you are supposed to be. Then having strong desire. Remember, desire is stronger than love. Desire to succeed. They say success begins with desire. Then it goes to desire. Then you admire. Then you aspire. Then you acquire. Otherwise, you expire. Desire. You can't wait. You can't wait to be the person of your own choice. You can't wait. For those who are feeling asleep, keep writing. The sleep will go. Keep writing. Makes your body a bit busy. And you will never fall asleep. Okay? If you only listen without writing, you will sleep very, very soon. Okay? Then motivation and perseverance. Perseverance ni kuvumilia zile shida zinazopatikana wakati unatafuta elimu. Kula githeri, kula ugali, kulala kuchelewa, kuamka mapema, kula mugoka, kushautiwa kila wakati kama mtoto mdogo hivi. Unakuwa na subra. Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin. Kabisa. Katika Quran Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala anasema wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Patience. It will be over. It's not going to be there forever. And for you, it's even less than 4 or 5 months to come, and you are out of school. But the question is, how will you exit school? What grade will you take home? So struggle, fight, work for it. And then proficiency, look for help from others. Proficiency. Usikubali kufundishwa kitu usikielewe. Mfuate mwalimu akueleze mpaka uelewe. Kama humuelewi mwalimu yule, tafuta mwalimu mwingine anayefundisha somo lile akueleze. Kama yule pia humuelewi, tafute mwanafunzi mwenzako akueleze. Usilale bila ya kujua kile ulichofundishwa siku ile. Tafuta mbinu yoyote. Na ukifanya hivyo itakuwa mazoea na kuelewa itakuwa ni rahisi. Lakini ukiacha mambo yapite tu na hujayaelewa, wakati unataka kuyaelewa yanakuwa mengi, kwa hivyo inakuwa shida kuelewa. Lakini ukitumia law of the ladder, step by step. Wanasema kama unataka kula ndovu mzima inawezekana, lakini mpaka ukate slice baada ya slice. Ukishtuka umemla ndovu mzima. Na somo lolote ukiligawanya tu in small chunks, subtopic every day, subtopic 1, subtopic 2, ukishtuka umelielewa lote. And those are some of the methods we're going to study later on. And then take advantage. Number 9, teachers. They are the ones who have the key to your success. Don't allow them to to rest. Okay? And then time. The use of time. Make sure you use your time very, very well. Okay? So, my dear girls, just don't worry. Number one, put trust in Allah. Wallahi fatawakkal in kuntum mu'minin. Don't worry about the exam that is coming. Ya muallim, wanasema ya muallim Ibrahim, allimni. Allimna. Sio? Wa ya mufahima Sulaiman, hivyo. Every time you say that and it becomes easy. Yule aliyemuelimisha Ibrahim atakuelimisha pia wewe. Aliyempa fahamu Nabii Sulaiman atakupa pia wewe. So don't worry. Don't panic. Don't fear. Just trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and everything will be easy. Are we together? Number two, we say good intention. Al-amalu I plus A is equal D. Intention plus action takes you to your destiny. Kuwa na nia nzuri katika kutafuta elimu, na elimu itakuwa rahisi kwako kuipata kwa sababu ya nia yako nzuri. Okay? Alafu number 3, sincerity in acquiring knowledge. That is also part of nia. And then number 4, seeking help from Allah subhanahu wa qala rabbuka ud'uni. It's as easy as that. Mambo yakikuwa magumu unamuelekea Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu. Na ni nyakati gani dua zinapokelewa kwa urahisi? Wakati gani na gani dua zinakubaliwa kwa urahisi rahisi, ili uanze kumomba Mungu kuanzia leo akubali dua yawe kupata A? Raise up your hand. Siku ya Ijumaa particularly, between Asri and okay, that's one. So from today, time that duration and make a lot of dua. Saatul ijaba inapatikana katika wakati kama huu. Ingine? When it is raining like these days, there's a lot of rain. The moment it starts raining, go to the mosque and pray, because that's time Allah is showing His mercy to His creation by allowing rain to fall. So if you ask for anything that time, the chances of you being answered is very high. Number 3, when you are if you are sick, that means Allah is inflicting you of a calamity. You can use that also to ask for another favor, and Allah might easily grant you that favor. Another time, the last third of the night, from 3 to 5. Those are called magical hours, not only in Islam, even scientifically. They are referred as a magical hour. That's why every successful person is always up by 3. You will never see a president sleeping after 3. You will never see a millionaire sleeping after 3. No professor sleeps after 3. There's nobody who wants to succeed in life and in the hereafter that will sleep after 3. So from today, at least if you can't wake up at 3, at least 4. You should be up. Before you start reading, what do? You do some nafilah and ask Allah to make it easy for you to understand what you're going to read in class. And what is so special about that time? 3 to 5. What's so special? Allah comes down and He has a question that He normally asks. What is that question? Who has a need so that I can fulfill? Who has a question so that I can answer? So you are, when you are praying, you are answering that particular question. Any other time that you get the ijabah very easily for your dua? When you are doing time of prayers, when you are in a position of prostration, and then you ask Allah for something, it is easily accepted. Another one, between iqama, between adhan and iqama. That's a very important time. Another time, when you are fasting, before breaking that fast. Another time, that is very good for, yes, when you are traveling, dua ya mwenye kusafiri. So hizo ni offers, ndio? kutoka kwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Take advantage of them and Allah will make it easy for all of us. Okay, again remember, upright heart, kuwa na roho nzuri, wacha kuchukia watu ovyo. Particularly now when you are a candidate, don't harbor any hatred for anyone. Hata kama mwalimu amekukosea, wewe msamehe tu. Hata kama mwenzako amekusamea, usilale ukiwa moyo wako umekonjika. Sawa sawa, inachukua energy yako ya kusoma, utakuwa uwezi kusoma kwa nguvu sana. So forgive people when they offend you, okay, so that you can have a peace of mind. And that peace of mind is what will give you the privilege to study and read for a long time. And then again, number 5, these are diseases that normally takes away our blessings, like knowledge, hard work. This when you doubt desire, when you have some worldly desire, when you have doubts, when you are jealous, when you spit others, when you are proud. All these, they hinder you from achieving the best out of yourself. And then intelligence, that means making sure you take advantage, make use of the gift of intelligence that Allah has given us. And then your desire to succeed, desire to succeed, desire to succeed. Every time you sit down, think how great it will be if you become the person you want to become in your life. Think about it, and it will give you the energy to continue working hard. Okay, motivation and perseverance, and then proficiency, and then your teachers, and that will really make you the best you can be in your life. The etiquettes of relationship between student and teacher, very important. Your parents give you biology, but your teacher gives you psychology. Your parents give you the mind, the body. Your teacher gives you the mind. So you have to respect them if you want to succeed. Otherwise, you won't make any whatever. And then use of time, that is key, very key. Time and tide waits for no one. Okay, repeat this after me. Say, if you save your seconds, your minutes will take care of themselves. If you take care of your minutes, your hours will take care of themselves. If you take care of your hours, your day will take care of itself. If you take care of your day, your week will take care of itself. If you take care of your week, your month will take care of itself. If you take care of your month, your year will take care of itself. If you take care of your year, subhanallah, your life will take care of itself. That's very important. You have to remember and budget your time very well if you want to succeed. Ways of maintaining your knowledge, if you don't want to lose it. How to improve your memory so that you can keep what you study. 1, revise before 24 hours elapse on what you have been taught. Because at the end of the day, the mind cleans itself up. So whatever you did not revise, it remains in the temporary memory and it is deleted. But what you revise, go to the permanent memory. Practice like mathematics, these technical subjects like physics. Practice like English writing composition. Practice by speaking English. Practice easy. If you practice, you don't forget what you learn. Don't get involved in sins, because that's another consumer of our intelligence if we offend our creator. Okay? Teach somebody. If you're good in a subject and there's somebody in your class who's not good in that subject, teach that person and you will understand better and you will retain what you have learned. Write it down. Take notes. Take notes. And then propagate. Talk about it to other people. Talk about other people. So it's easy. If you want to improve your memory and your recall ability in whatever you study. 1, revise, revise, revise. Practice, practice, practice. Clean of sins. Teach others who are weaker than you. Write it down. Take notes. Propagate. Talk about it to other people. And finally, it becomes easy for you to master anything you want to master. Any subject you want to master. It becomes very, very easy. So revise every issue, passes through 4 stages before one grasps correct knowledge about it. Kuna stages 4 elimu inapitia ili ibaki na wewe kwa muda mrefu. Kwanza, ikiwa ni ilmu ambayo ni nzuri na umeitafuta kutoka katika sources ambazo zinafaa. Ya pili, una validate ile elimu by looking at other reference materials. You don't just use one book. Number 3, you take care of what is there to improve on what is in your head. That means you acquire new knowledge and information every day. And then what you need is you avoid contradictions. It becomes easy for you to master any branch of knowledge. So it's very important for us to know that Imam Shafi advised on acquisition of knowledge. He says, whoever learns Quran, his value is magnified. That means make sure you read a lot of Quran. What do you think a student can do to increase their possibility of doing well in the exam? Where do you get your barakah from? So whatever you learn, you understand and you keep. Where do the barakah for the students come from? Raise your hand. Be a regular reciter of the Quran. It takes away the cobwebs from your brain. And when you read another subject, it becomes easy for you to understand. Number 2, a source of barakah for knowledge. Reciting the Quran regularly, and particularly early morning before you do anything. Yes. Another one. Barakah. Another one. No? Sorry? Praying in time and in Jama. You go to the mosque to wait for the prayer. Go to the mosque and wait for the prayer. You wait for iqamah in the mosque. Number 3, barakah of knowledge, so that you can get as much knowledge as you can. Barakah of knowledge. Making a lot of dua. Not just for yourself, even for others. Making a lot of dua, particularly making duas for others to do well. Being empathetical. That means you feel sorry for your friend who is in class and is still getting a D. You are praying for them to improve their grade. Your grade will improve effectively. Another one? Give, so that it goes to the record. MashaAllah, barakallah. Giving sadaqah. No matter how little. If one day you sacrifice your bread and give to somebody who's more hungry than you, sadaqah, isn't it? Even knowledge is sadaqah. Teaching somebody. Smile is sadaqah. Yes. Telling somebody something good is sadaqah. So the more sadaqah you do, the more your brain opens up for knowledge. Let's take the last one. The last one, two more that are very crucial. Kuwa na radhi za wazee wako, so that they pray for you. Make them happy, so that they keep on praying. Every time they pray for you to do well. They pray for you to do well. They pray for you to. And then respecting your teachers. Respecting your teachers. When a teacher is angry, forget about you passing. It's not possible. A person who's given you that knowledge and then you're not respecting that person, amna kitu. So there are so many offers in Islam. If you practice them, you will easily pass your exam, and it's going to be very, very easy. And so these are advices from Imam Shafi. Okay. Then the last one, this I hope is the last one. Say Allahumma. Can you read it in English?
Oh Allah, I ask you for knowledge that is for benefit, a good provision, and give that to the asset.
Yes, you must always do that if you want to really succeed. Okay, let's go to our next presentation so that time won't catch up with us. Time will not catch up with us, so that we at least fulfill our objective of being here today. Okay, so the study skills, study skills. What we're going to accomplish in this presentation, number one, you will learn your learning style. We will look at the 10 tips for better studying, and then we discuss specific areas we struggle in so that we can make them easy for us. So it says, it's too tiny, yeah, for you to see. Every student has a different learning style. Discovering yours will help you become a better student. Kila mtu ana vile anasoma. It is very beneficial to know the learning style that best suits your personality. When studying for a test, selecting a major, signing for a class, preparing for a test, it can also help you where selecting a future career. So some people are visual learners. They don't learn until they see. So if you are a visual learner, make sure you write good notes, because those notes, when you revise them before exam, it will be easy for you to understand because you have strong visual abilities. Also means you need to have a lot of revision material that you can read, PowerPoint, overhead project, and many other things. Number two, auditory learning style. There are some people that just need to listen when they are in class, and they pick everything the teacher says. There are some people who are tactical learners, tactical learning style. These are kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic learners, you have to write for you to understand. As a teacher is teaching, you take notes, your own notes. You make your own notes. If you are reading a book, you make your own summary notes. Okay? Because some people are sensory in their nature. They learn through the what you call the micro senses on their fingers. Okay? They connect, their brains connects better with their hands. So when they write, they understand. And then there are some people who are logical learners. They need a lot of explanation before they can understand. So these are people who need to be in a lot of group discussion, because they learn better when explanation is given. And then we have what they call social observing style. These are people who just need to observe what others are doing, and then they understand what they should learn. And then we have solitary learning style. These are people who cannot fit in groups. They need time to be alone. Okay? They're intra-intelligent. They're not inter-intelligent. Inter-intelligent are people who cannot read on their own. They must read in a group for them to understand. But there are those who are intra. They cannot understand when they are in a group. They need to study alone. So the earlier you discover the best learning style you can use to understand what you're reading, it helps you a lot in understanding what you should learn. Again, my dear students, they are what they call 10 tips for better learning and memorizing and keeping, retaining, and recalling knowledge. Plan when you are going to study so that your mind is programmed. Your mind is programmed. You know, because everybody is used to eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even if you're not very hungry, when it is 1 o'clock, your body tells you, I want to eat. You might not eat, but you feel like you must eat because it's lunchtime. And when it is dinner time, even if you are full, it's still some senses will come over you to tell you it is dinner time, because you're used to that schedule. Now with study, it's the same thing. If you are an early bird, you study in the early morning hours, or you are a night owl, you study in the late night hours, then your system adapts to either of the two. So you need to have a personal timetable so that it's so much ingrained in you. Even if you want to miss it, your body feels like, I need to read. It's time for me to read. So plan when you are going to study. Remember, and repeat this after me. Say, prior preparation prevents you from poor performance. Prior preparation prevents you from poor performance. When you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. When you fail to prepare, you have prepared to fail. So have a timetable, have a schedule of studying if you really want to keep up with the speed of your study. Study at the same time every time, so that you create a biological clock in your system. You have, if your system is used to studying at 4 or early in the morning or late at night, when that time arrives, the system will demand for knowledge. Your brain will demand for knowledge, for information. Therefore, it gives you automatic switch off from the mood of play to the mood of hard work. Becomes much easier as you move on. Again, the next one, this is study at the same time. Each study time should have a clear goal. The purpose of reading is reading purposefully. The purpose of reading is reading purposefully. Every time you sit down to read, tell yourself, what is it that you want to know? What are you reading? What are you reading? If you are studying biology, what do you know from that biology? Okay, so that you prepare your mind to pick what is important in what you are going to read. Don't just sit and then start reading. Make sure you tell yourself what you want to read. I am reading this topic because I want to understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Now, as you read, you'll pick those things that you want to understand. So don't read aimlessly, read purposefully. Read purposefully. Prepare your psychology for the reading so that it can be able to pick for you what is useful in that particular topic. Don't just read for the sake of reading. Read with purpose. Start with the most difficult subject first. There is a book written by Brian Tracy. It says, eat the frog first, then you'll marry the prince later. Okay, so sometimes when you have two things to do, begins with the one that is more difficult. Even in life, if you have two things you must do, then begin. For example, if you hate dishing and your mother has told you, you sweep and then you dish, and you don't like dishing, then start with dishing. It will be easy for you to sweep later. But if you start sweeping, you might not wash the dishes because you don't like it. So always, when you are given two things to do, start with the one that is most difficult for you, harder for you, the one you don't like. You want to read mathematics and history, start with mathematics, then you go to history. If you are tempted to read history, you might take all the time reading history because you're enjoying it, and you won't read mathematics. But if you begin with mathematics, you struggle with it, then go to another easier subject. So if you have two tasks to perform, two areas to study, begin with the most difficult one. Okay, in the process, when you are reading the one that is easy for you, you'll be relaxing. And this other one, it's like the fresh mind will capture something out of it, and you won't walk away with an empty mind. So remember, my dear girls, be sure that whatever you are doing, you are also writing it down. It is easy to read your own notes than reading a revision material. So struggle. Make sure you have your notes from Form 1 to Form 4. If you read your own notes, you understand quicker than reading a revision book, a printed revision book. So make your own notes. It's more interesting to read your own handwriting than reading somebody else's handwriting. So make sure you are kind of polishing your notes so that 2 months before exam, now you'll be reading your own notes and making shorter notes for the last minute revision. But don't mess with your personal notes. If you don't have them, make sure you start developing them for the sake of make sure that whatever you are reading, you understand before you go to something else. Be sure of what you are reading. As I said earlier, look for a friend who is better than you. Upon every person who is knowledgeable, there is one who is more knowledgeable than them, isn't it? Yes, in every subject, there's someone who is an expert in the class. Always. Today, when you go to Mango School or you go to Alliance High School, Alliance Girls, they are using the peer teaching style more than teachers now. They give teachers their time, but then they create time for them to teach each other. There is among them, there's one who's good in maths, so that's a mathematics teacher, peer teacher. Among them, there's one who's good in chemistry, that is peer chemistry teacher. There's one in biology. So that all the subjects, apart from the regular teachers, they also have a peer teacher. Sometimes the peer teacher might teach you better than even the regular teacher. Okay, you might understand your fellow student better sometimes than the teacher. So it's very important, out of yourself, you pick one who will be the lead in biology, one lead in chemistry, one lead. I think there was a group one time that was doing that. Yes, and they were really teaching each other, and it really helped them. Okay, a teacher teaches something in the morning and they repeat it in the evening. Now, when they are repeating, you know, it now cementing in your mind, concretized in your brain. It becomes difficult for you to forget. That's a very nice style to do, being sure that you are really doing what you are expected to do and you're moving towards the right direction. Are we together? Let's take the last one. We also have like 15 minutes before Asri time. I really want us to live here when we are really transformed, so that this today will be a very historical day in our lives, your life and my life. That is to say, today is going to be a revolution in how we are preparing for our exam. Are we together? You see, it's not easy when a pile of book is on this side and one pile of this book side, but when the head is in the middle, osmosis takes place sometimes. You know what I mean? You understand everything that is there. No, it's not that easy. So remember, make your brain work for you. Make your brain work for you. Successful learners, they have an open mind. They learn from everybody. Some learners, individuals, they want to learn on their own because they are so confident. Some people are really struggling because they want to be responsible citizens. So they're really working hard to become the best they can be. And then they want to make a contribution in knowledge and the society. And then they grow up and they become the best that they can be. Okay? So remember, pay attention in class. That's the first study skill you need to master. Pay attention in class. When you're in class, you are there to listen. Listen and listen very well. Okay? If you miss that, you can't get it back. The moment the teacher finishes that topic, they will not go back to it. So always pay a lot of attention when you are in class. See you, Manielewa? Pay attention in class. Get the details of what is taught. Number 2, take good notes. Every time you are reading, every time in class, even before the teacher says, okay, write down the note, even from what the teacher is saying, make notes. Make notes, make notes. Because when you combine two senses at a go, your concentration goes high. You get khushu' even in salah. When you listen to what you are saying, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and you are listening, you get concentration. When you are reading, you are listening in class, and then you are writing down. You have to pay attention. You get concentration. See you, many farm. Concentration is the game. Concentration is the game. Concentration is the game. So in class, pay attention and then write notes. You know, when the hand is busy like this, you can't sleep. Kinesthetic psychology. When the hand is busy writing, the mind has to focus because you don't want to miss anything. So the body, the eye, and the ear, 3 of them are working. you will get everything you want from that particular teacher. But when you are daydreaming, thinking about home, thinking about the mosquito in the net, you are in trouble. Keep an organized notebook. If you must use different colors to make your notes beautiful, your notes must be beautiful. You must be having beautiful notes. Write them down using different colors. I do that. You ask Abdullah, I'll tell you. I write using four colors. If I want to give a lecture, it becomes interesting because I see everything from those colors. And I don't feel like lifting my eyes off that book because the colors are very attractive. So make sure your notes are beautiful. And then ask questions in class. Research is saying any student who asks 3 questions and answer 3 questions per day will never forget what they are taught. Ask 3 questions and answer 3 questions. Because these 6 questions will force you to be glued in what the teacher is teaching. So always prepare to answer the question. Listen with the mind that you will answer a question after that class. Then your mind will, your subconscious and conscious mind will join force and you'll be able to understand whatever you are being taught. Are we together? Say yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Then plan a definite study time, and as I said earlier, and place for each day. For each day. Ukikaa kwenye dining table kwenye nyumbani kwenu, how do you feel? You feel hungry. Bora tu ukae kwenye meza ya kula. You feel it like that. You feel it. So associate certain places with reading, so that when you sit at that place, reading becomes automatic. You don't have to struggle. Just make specific, and then don't cram for hours the right before a test. Start from now. Earlier preparation makes later study easier. Earlier preparation makes later study easier. Lakini ukingoja paka last minute, oh, that's when you start panicking. That's when you get stressed, depressed, and you forget even that which you knew. And when you get into examination paper, 0, my friend. It's bad. So prepare from now. Now, when you are waiting for your candidates, write the word candidate down. Now you are called a candidate. A candidate. So see, a candidate is someone who is committed, not someone who is wishing for better performance. It's someone who is committed to good performance, not someone who is wishing for good performance. Get committed. Tell yourself, I will never rest until I become my best. Okay, I either make it or no life after school. I have to pass because it is a matter of life and death. I can't wait to be a medical doctor. I can't afford not to pass mathematics. I can't afford not to pass chemistry. I have to. I must. Now, when you have that mentality, everything becomes easy for you. Are we together? So a candidate is someone who is committed, not someone who is wishing for success. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. So it's not about wishing, it's about doing with a lot of commitment. A candidate is someone who pays attention to the details. Every time you read, you feel like I need to read more on this topic. You want the details because that's what will make you get more marks than everybody else. You go for the details. The reason why people fail IRE is because they answer in a general way. But if you answer with ayah and hadith and kisatu sahabiya and the rest, they will give you an A. You have the details. You give information, more information. One question, 10 pages. They give you an A. But you write only 1 page. My friend. That's why I say, me Muslim napata D IRE. You are too general, isn't it? You have to be very, very specific. Go for details. Pay attention. Some people, I was surprised somebody was explaining how to get a C+. Akasema ikiwa kuna mwanafunzi akona masomo matatu ambayo anaweza kupata A- kwenda juu ama kuanzia B+ kwenda juu. Nani hapa hana masomo matatu ambayo anaweza kupata B+ kwenda juu? Let's say A. How many of you have subject you know can get an A if you work very hard? It's like all of us, isn't it? Yes. Sasa A plus A plus A, those are 36. What is C+? 56. Sindio? Sasa unazo tayari 36. Alafu kuna subject you can get a C+. A C+ ni ngapi? Ni 6, sindio? 6 plus 36 42. Alafu kuna ingine pia wazapata C+ like a history hivi. Hiyo ni ngapi sasa? Ngapi? 48. How much do you need now to get a C+? 8. It's as easy as that. Every student can get a C+ and above. Every student. You just need to say, me, I am good with arts. Me, I'm what do they call it? We have mathematical intelligence, linguistic intelligence. People who are good in maths, they are mathematical intelligent. Science intelligence, they are scientific intelligent. Social science intelligence, okay? Kinesthetic intelligence, interpersonal. So you say, me, I am scientific intelligent. So I have 3 sciences that can give me an A. Now look for other. We are tested with 7 subjects, you know? Yeah. So if 3s are A, you have how many? 4 to play about. C+, hapa, acha ingine yaza kuwa D+. Just do that mathematics. It's very easy. It's very easy to get C+. Very easy. Kwa hivyo kuanzia leo, categorize your subject. Look for 3 subjects and say, hizi ni zangu za A. Sipati kitu, ni lazima nipate A katika hizi. Hizi ni zangu, nimezaliwa nazo. Ziko katika damu yangu hizi. Hebu write them down. Usinionyeshe, wewe andika zile zako za damu yako kabisa kabisa. Unajua hizo ukifanazo ni A, nothing less than that. Wengine inaweza kuwa ni IRE, IRE Arabic history. Wengine ni geography, business studies, mathematics. Wengine ni physics, chemistry, biology. Wengine ni geography, whatever. Yako ni ipi? Sasa kuanzia leo, hebu niangalie. Mmeniona? Hata nitavua miwani tena. Mmeniona? Kuanzia leo, hakikisha hizo subject 3 umepata A kila wakati ukifanya mtihani. Haya, tafuta moja ambayo waweza kupata C+. Iandike moja ambayo waweza kupata C+. Hizo ni subject ngapi? 4, si ndio? Na tunataka 7. Tafuta moja waweza kupata C plain. Iandike. Usisahau zile compulsory. Tafuta moja ambayo waweza kupata C. Tafuta moja ambayo waweza kupata C. Mashaallah. Okay. Hizo imekuwa max ngapi? Points ngapi hizo? We are looking at C+. Kuna wengine ni wa A, lakini naangalia yule ambaye akifail basi amfail ampata C+. Kumaanisha kwamba next year we are going to have 100% transition to university. Everybody will go to university. Inshallah. Because this formula is very interesting, it's very easy to get. Sawa, umeshapata ile ya C? Tafuta nyingine unaweza pata C-. Tafuta ile ambayo unaweza pata C-. Wajua hii nitapata C- hizi. Haya, ile ya D+ sasa. Ile ya D+. Kuna wengine hawana yao ya mwisho ni C+, wengine yao ni B. I'm looking at the one who will be wa mwisho huko. Haya, hesabu hizo hazifiki 56. Hazifiki. Zimpita sasa, si ndio? Kumaanisha kwamba kila mtu aweza kwenda university. Na ni lazima tuende university. Mwaka ujao kila mmoja ataenda university. Sawa. So independent learners, they ask questions, they discuss topics with their friends. If you don't understand something, speak up. Ask. Questioning is the gateway to learning. Usiende kulala kama hujafahamu ulichokisoma. Ask. Fas'al ahlu dhikri in kuntum la ta'lamun. Ulizeni kama mjajua, ulizeni. Waulizeni wenzenu darasani, ulizeni walimu, jiulizeni nyinyi wenyewe pia. inaweza kujitokeza katika fikra zenu. Sawa? Sasa they ask question, they discuss topic with their peers. If you don't understand something, speak out. Usiende kuanguka. Speak out. Afadhali uonekane mjinga kwa dakika 5 kuliko kuonekana mshenzi maisha yako yote. Uliza, utajibiwa. When you ask, you will be answered. That's another thing you must do when you are studying and reading very hard. Remember, my dear girls, you are responsible for your own learning. Ideas are funny things. They don't work unless you do. It doesn't work until you work. For it to work, you must make it work. You must work. Work for what you want. Work for what you want. Are we together? Work for what you want. Work for what you want. Who wants these 100 shillings? Work for what you want. Who wants it? Who wants these 100 shillings? Who wants these 100 shillings? Sasa umekaa huko unataka suifuate, si ndio? Nani anataka hii 100? Ngoja kwanza. Ana nikifanya hivi bado unataka? Nakitia mado bado unataka? Ana nikikanyaga. Thamani yako ni thamani yako. Hata itemewe mate, hata kanyagwe bado ni shilingi 100. Shilingi 100, na wewe lazima ishikilie thamani yako. Thamani yako ni kupita mtihani wako. It's useless to go to form 1 and then you fall your exam in form 4. You go to struggle, strive, do whatever it takes until you finish the circle of learning. You go to university. Okay? Learning is not filling the bucket, but lightening of the fire so that you can get more light. Understand everything. It's not about indoctrination. It's about exploration. You search for it everywhere until you find it. Find it. Lakini lazima uende ukatafute pale elimu ipo. Kuna bwana mmoja ilikuwa ameangusha funguo zake nyumbani. Lakini nyumbani kulikuwa hakuna stima, kugiza, akatafuta kuona, lakini nje kulikuwa kuna mgogo wa spaki unaweka taa. Akasema acha nikaangalie pale kuna taa nitazipata. Sasa anaangalia pale hazioni. Mwingine akapita akamwambia tafuta nini? Ambaye natafuta funguo zangu. Ala, haya akamsaidia lakini akamuuliza, lakini umzangusha wapi? Ambaye nazangusha nyumbani. Sasa basi mbona angalia akasema kwa sababu hapo kuna taa. Wewe mjinga nini mshenzi? Funguo mwangusha nyumbani. Wasitafuta mahali penye taa. Even kwenye giza tafuta elimu, hapo ndio iko. Usiogope. Take risks. Take risks. It is only once, believe me. It's once. That exam is done only once. So make sure you don't allow yourself to fail that exam. Do whatever it takes. Then don't get scared of darkness. Don't get scared of failure. Don't get scared of subjects which are seemingly difficult. Don't get scared of any teacher. Go for what you want until you get it. Till get it. That's how clever people behave. They don't go halfway. They go all the way. They go for what they want, and ultimately they will get it. My dear girls, in the interest of time, it says always make your own study timetable. Always. And tomorrow I will pass by to see if you guys have your small timetables. You know, where do you stick them? A locker next to your bed. Yeah, you put it up there. There are two things you need to put under your locker: the target, your target, your career, and your timetable. Na huko kwa unapolala, ukiamka kitu cha kwanza unafaa ukione ni ile target yako. Ukiamka tu hata hujaosha uso, wewe angalia ile target. Sawa sawa? Yeah, inakaa kwa akili, and what the mind can conceive, the heart will believe, and then you will achieve. Yes. You guys have to do better than the last group, Your class is more intelligent than the other class. And you can see what other classes did. How many are going to university from that group? Wengine hata ni maajabu bwana. Miujiza ya Mwenyezi Mungu Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Maajabu si ndio akinasomea hao. Maajabu. Si ndio miracle somewhere. So nyinyi hakuna kubahatisha marais, ndio? Hakuna kubahatisha kabisa, no bahatisha. We must pass, and with the help of Allah everything is easy. Very, very easy. Everything is possible. Okay, remember at the end of the day, these are some tips. Don't study after 11 p.m. Take a sleep. That's not the adhan. Divide time equally between subjects. Put a copy somewhere to keep parents informed and teachers informed. Revise your study timetable. Things change. Stick to it. Well done is better than well said. Well done is better than well said. Make sure you get the best you can get. Okay? And at the end of the day, remember, don't make study session too long. Put small groups. Drink some water before you start, you know, to kind of get some lubrication in the mind. Break tasks down into smaller manageable ones. Do daily summaries of work covered in class in your own words and the main points. Set a task to achieve each session and each day, and it becomes very easy for you to move wherever you want to move. My dear girls, record your plan of attack for each session. Practice skills learned by doing a problem exercise and essays. Aim to build a clear understanding by connecting areas of knowledge. These sessions are the backbone of your study program. Some succeed because they are destined to. Most succeed because they are determined to. Can you read the last one?
Some succeed because they are destined to. Most succeed because they are determined to.
So don't lose your determination, because determination takes you to your destination. Prioritizing when do you study? How often? What about the other things you do? Write down the fixed things that you have to do every day. Time you have no control over. You must use it properly. Activities where you have a choice of the options, you can leave them out so that they don't interfere with the main thing that you must do. Remember, you prioritize your options. What are your favorite subjects? What you cannot do. Remember, you cannot do everything. To achieve your goals, sacrifice what to be made. Avoid time wasters. Make a list of the main ones. Reward yourself for working well and achieving short-term goals. To perform at your best requires fulfilling and stimulating leisure and relaxation time. You are responsible for the organization of your time and style. The first step is almost difficult part of the journey. Can you read the last one? Yeah, the moment you do the first step, the others will take care of themselves and will go very far. Okay? Setting yourself a specific task to achieve each night is a necessary skill. Too often you tend to let it happen and don't plan. Make sure you plan ahead. Okay? Procrastination is an obstacle. Don't delay implementation of ideas. Each morning of each night before, make a list of study tasks in order of priority for the following night, so that you can always be prepared in advance. Are we together? Say yes.
Yes.
You can also, this is for day scholars, count down to the exam. I'm sure you know now how many more months you have, how many more days, how many more hours. That's very important. Time is not on your side. Remember that. Social life, put pause. You know what I mean? P-A-U-S-E. Pause everything else and focus only on your examination. You resume after November. But from today till exam time, nothing is more important to you than your examination. Everything will wait, but exam time will never wait. Remember, my dear girls, avoid distraction, eliminate noise, organize for friends to agree time. Don't just mix every time talking. No, you have to have few hours per day to share the talks you want to share, but don't do it every day. Okay, it's very important to understand that at the end of the day, the key is to study actively, take note, test yourself, don't just read. Okay, don't allow yourself to drop, to lose any drop. You must fill the bucket of knowledge. Okay, remember exam preparation, the secret to success: have genuine faith in your preparation. Don't leave anything to chance. Know exactly what is required for each exam. Understand each subject. Quiz your teachers. Know your exam format, whether it is multiple, ours are essays. There are no multiple choice. Remember, at the end of the day, you know exactly every section that is there in the exam, how many papers each exam will have, how many sections will each paper have, which area of coverage is in which section. So as you read through the guidance of the examination, and that will be very important. Examination preparation, key facts, make sure you remember them. Formula, make sure you cram them. Quotes, Keep them aside so that they can motivate you. Good example, look at those who have done well so they can do very well. Cite them aloud when you see them. Past papers and examination conditions. Identify areas of weakness and address them. Become comfortable with the vocabulary used. Perfect the space you must work at and your time. Understanding, discuss it, explain it, justify it with friends, question each other, list any improvement, work through them systematically, test your knowledge, thorough and focus, have a study timetable in your study area when only the best will do, and you'll go very, very far. Remember the exam techniques, read them, understand them, know the question to do, where to put your answer, and that is very, very important. In the rest of the time, remember, read the paper through, plan your approach, identify questions, put the questions in order you wish to do them. Don't work outside the answers. Your confidence will build with more difficult questions. Are we together? We stop here, we go for prayers, and then we'll come back to finish our presentation. Is that okay? Inshallah. Ladies will go this way, inshallah.